Hello and welcome to our Key Stage 4 Pathways launch event. I hope this video will help you to summarise the presentation that was delivered to you this evening to parents, and hopefully will go some way to helping you to understand the Key Stage 4 Pathways process and how you can support your child through it. So the timeline and the agenda for this evening is to discuss the Pathways timeline, what will be happening and when, the Key Stage 4 curriculum for 25-26, why languages are important, and this was touched on by Miss Bingham during the evening, so I won't be actually going through those slides myself. Key Stage 4 student pathways, how to choose subjects, and next steps. So the timeline is such, so tomorrow I will be delivering an assembly to Year 9 in person, which is very similar to the presentation you're receiving from me now, with exactly the same messaging. On Friday the 17th of January, you'll receive a letter letting you know which pathway your child has been allocated to. On Wednesday the 22nd of January, we have our Year 9 Parents Evening, which is a really great opportunity for you to talk to your child subject teachers about the subjects that your child is good at, the subjects they enjoy, and what subjects they might potentially want to continue to study at GCSE. On Thursday the 23rd of January is when the window for submitting preferences opens. And on Friday the 14th of February, it closes. So after this deadline, you won't be able to make any more changes to your choices. On Monday the 17th of March is the week that the whole senior leadership team will begin to meet with all Year 9 students to discuss their choices. At this point, if students do want to make suggest some changes to their choices, they can do, and we will certainly look into it and see if it's feasible. We can try and make it happen. Week beginning Monday the 19th of May is when we have final confirmation of the Key Stage 4 pathway preferences, and this will be emailed to all parents during that week. The core Key Stage 4 curriculum, these subjects form part of the core curriculum, and all students in Year 9 will study these when they go into Year 10. And these are English language, English literature, and maths, either separate or combined science, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. And all students will study AQA PSHE, and they will do core PE. The key features of our core curriculum. We're really pleased that we offer both separate sciences and combined sciences here at Cottam, and now students are able to choose whether they want to do combined or separate science if they're on the orange or purple pathway. The science choice can be made by following the link to a Google form, which will be in your pathways letter. The form will also be in your child's Google Classroom, so the child can complete it by themselves independently, or they can complete it in conjunction with you. There is increased contact time in English, Maths and Science, and for the 3 subject choices that students make. And there's an opportunity for students to achieve 9 to 10 GCSEs, depending on whether they opt for combined or separate sciences. The amount of time allocated to the GCSEs is also highlighted here in this table. So English language and English literature are equivalent to 2 GCSEs and 8 lessons a fortnight of teaching. Maths is equivalent to 1 GCSE and 8 lessons a fortnight. PE has 2 double lessons a week. AQA PSHE has 2 lessons a fortnight, and science combined or separate is equivalent to 10 lessons. And then the 3 choices that your child will make will each have 6 lessons a fortnight, totaling 50 lessons a fortnight, which is 25 lessons a week, 5 lessons a day, which is what they have at the moment. The Key Stage 4 pathways. Now, with your child, in addition to the core subjects, they will study subjects in one of 3 pathways. And these are orange, purple, or green. And these pathways are determined by their progress in languages across Key Stage 3. And that determines whether they go into the orange, purple, or the green pathway. The orange pathway, all students will continue to study French, German, or Spanish to GCSE level if that's what they were studying in Year 7 or 8. The decision regarding whether students placed into this pathway is made by the school based on their progress in either French, German, or Spanish across the key stage. These students will then study 2 further courses on the 4 subject list, and we would strongly advise that students identified for this pathway also either choose geography, history as one of their subjects, because we really pride ourselves in ensuring that students follow a broad and balanced curriculum here at Cottam School, which means that they have lots of opportunities and a wide range of choices for further study and work when they leave us. So all students will study the core curriculum. They'll choose from one, French, German, or Spanish, okay, and they should choose the one that they've been studying over year 7 and 8. And then they will choose 2 further subjects from the full subject list, which I will show you shortly. If your child has been placed in the purple pathway, then they have a little bit more flexibility and choice. They will study all the core curriculum subjects, and they will choose one subject from French, German, Spanish, geography, history, ancient history, or computer science, and then they can choose 2 more subjects from the full subject list. If students are on the green pathway, these are students who've been identified as needing additional support in English, maths, and science to ensure that they get a good GCSE. So one of their subject choices will be additional study, 2 hours extra English, 2 hours extra maths, and 2 hours extra science. And then they can go on and choose 2 more subjects from the full subject list. And we would recommend students choose vocational courses, those that have a significant elements of non-examined assessment, or what we know as coursework. Because these are usually students who will struggle with exams. The EBAC, what does the EBAC mean? Well, a student who will achieve an EBAC if they achieve a grade 4 or above in English, maths, 2 sciences, a modern foreign language, and either history or geography. And really all the EBAC is a way of recognising that a student has a broad and balanced academic knowledge across a range of subjects, which again opens many doors and creates many opportunities for further study and work. So we encourage students in the Orange and Purple pathway to consider these subjects carefully within their preferences to make sure that they have these subjects covered in their choices. This is the full subject list that students will be able to choose from. Now you'll notice that some of these subjects say GCSE after them, so these are 100% exam based, and some of them are Cambridge National or Vocational Qualifications or BTEC. These courses will have a significant element of non-examined assessment or coursework which students will need to complete, and then so much percent will be their exam, and a proportion of the final grade will be an exam. So it's not 100% exam based. Selecting subjects, help and support. So the process will begin today with this presentation that's been launched to parents, and it will also begin with the launch of our Key Stage 4 Pathways portal. Now, I'd like to just show you the portal. At the moment, what you're seeing there is a landing page because it goes live today. But this is what our portal actually looks like. And if I take you to the live portal at the moment, if I can just put it into preview. Okay, if we go to the home page, so I can show you this is what you'll be come into when you go onto the portal. So here you'll see my video about this evening, and then here you will find some really useful resources. So you'll find a Key Stage 4 Pathways booklet here. This is really useful because all of the subject choices, all of the subjects here are listed, and you can click on to anyone in the contents and it will take you to a page about the subject. So it will tell you about what the assessment looks like, how much of it is exam based, what the different papers represent in terms of proportion of grades and marks. You'll find the exam board, which can be really useful when you're preparing your child for assessments, so they can look at past papers, etc. And you'll get an indication of what the course content is and additional resources that can be used to support your child's study in that course. So we hope that you find that really useful. You'll also find a tab for Key Stage 4 submitting the preferences tab. This gives you all the information about making the choices. The deadline for the choices is the 14th of February. There's a video here showing you how you can support your child in logging on, but you don't need to really worry about this too much unless your child is absent from school on a day when we get the students logged on. So we will be supporting all the students in tutor time to get logged on, because it's not a straightforward task, but once they're on, going back in is straightforward. And then there's this walkthrough guide video there on how to choose how to make your subject choices. So I hope you find these really useful. If you do have any problems, encounter any problems with getting your child registered or making choices, there's a Google form here. If you can just click on this Google form, complete it, and let me know what the issue is. And I can pick it up and I can support you in putting it right. So going back to the homepage, we also have for you the subject Key Stage 4 subject videos. So here we have, excuse me, created short subject videos about each of the subject choices. So on the evening, if you didn't manage to see any of the teachers, or if you just wanted some more information about some of the subjects or a bit of a recap, then you're welcome to watch these videos with your child. You can dip in and out of whichever ones you find most interesting. Lower down is just a reminder of our online learning platforms like GCSE Pod and Seneca, which we subscribe to as a school, which will support your child through their GCSEs. Coming back to the homepage, okay, there's also a parent Q&A document here. So if you do have any questions about the pathway process, then please do post your questions here, because these questions are questions from parents which have been populated over a couple of years, and we've put all the responses here. So it could be a question that you have is already on here and the answers there too. Alternatively, you can still email us on keystage4pathways@cotton.scut.uk. There's a couple of other short videos here about why languages are important. So if you missed tonight's presentation to the parents, then you're welcome to watch this video. There's also a short video here about careers advice. So some advice about if your child, if your child knows what they want to do when they leave school, or even if they don't know, what advice does our careers advisor give in terms of ensuring they make the right choices. Key staff for the Pathways process, we have Mr. Lawrence. He's our learning coordinator, and he's supported by Miss Esposito, who's our Year 9 Year Team assistant. I'm Mrs. Khan, the assistant head teacher, and I'm also Key Stage 4 Pathways lead. And Mr. Reed, the deputy head teacher, is the curriculum lead. Miss Pace and Miss Core are our careers advisors. And they will be getting a lot more involved with the Year 9s as they move into Year 10 and they start to prepare for work experience, etc. Okay, so coming back to my presentation, as I mentioned earlier, all students will get a guidance meeting with a member of the senior leadership team, where we will sit down and talk to them about their choices and why they've made those choices, and if they want to make any changes to their choices, and as to whether those choices are the best choices for them. All of our SEND students will have a guidance meeting with our SENCO and Mr. Morgan, one of our deputy head teachers. So they will also have an opportunity to talk through their choices with a member of staff. Guidance on how to choose subjects. Well, the best advice I can give you is to have a conversation with your child and really establish from them what are their strengths and their interests. What things do they enjoy doing? What outdoor interests do they have, or interests in specific subject areas? Which subjects do they enjoy the most at school? And how do they feel about taking those subjects forward at GCSE and beyond? And what are their future career plans? Do they know what they want to do when they leave school? It's fine if they don't, because at Cotton, I think we prepare our students really, really well by ensuring that they follow a broad and balanced curriculum so that they have a wide range of opportunities and choices available to them. Use parents' evening to your advantage to find out what your child's strengths and interests are in different subject areas, and use it to also find out what subjects your child enjoys the most. Who to talk to? Well, you are the best people to engage with your children, but I know how hard that can be at times. So encourage them to talk to other students in the school who are higher up doing subjects maybe that they are considering doing, and what their views are on the different subjects. Talk to other families and friends that go to Cotton, or the teachers that you know, and get their opinions, and use that to make an informed choice. Tutors can be contacted by email, and all tutors will be asking students about their pathways during tutor time. They will be having conversations with them about what choices they've made and why they've made those choices. Mr. Lawrence is also a go-to person. He's one of our Year 9 learning coordinators. Ms. Vanderberg is the assistant head teacher and also SLT link for Year 9. Ms. Tarford is our Senko. So if your child is has an SEND need and you have any concerns around that and choices your child makes, then you can discuss that with Ms. Tarford. Myself, Ms. Khan, I am the Key Stage 4 Pathways lead. So I've overseen the whole process. So if you have any requests, then they would need to come to me. Mr. Reed is our deputy head teacher and leads on curriculum, and Ms. Pace is our careers advisor. So next steps for you then, I would suggest that you read the electronic Key Stage 4 Pathways booklet, dip in and out of it, and have a look at the different courses that your child is interested in, get a feel for the courses, watch the subject videos, and get some advice from other family members, siblings, teachers, older students in the school. An email will go to you this Friday telling you, will go to you on Friday, on Friday, to inform you that the Sims Online platform invite has been sent to your child's school email. Students will then submit their choices via the online Sims platform. Instructions on how to do this will be on the Sims Online platform too, and this will need to be done by 14th of February. And we will post instructions on how students can log in onto Google Classroom. They will need to also make their science choices on the form in the letter, and or they can do it via Google Classroom. And just to reiterate, the email going to parents on Friday the 24th of January will let you know that your child has been sent a Sims Online platform invite, but we will be supporting your child in logging on online in school so that we can ensure that everyone's logged on, and then that way you can just sit with your child and do the choices and you don't have to worry about going through the process. Here's a short video on how to log on. I'm not going to play it to you now, but please do watch this at your own leisure. This is only if your child was absent, maybe on a day that we showed everyone how to log on and you want to support your child and log in on themselves at home, that's fine. If not, we can support them through the process. And thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this video and watch me talk about the Pathways process. I hope you found it really useful, and I'm really looking forward to working with you and your children to support them in making the best choices for their future. Thank you so much.